In today's video, I've come out in the afternoon, early evening, with a specific composition in mind, or at least a specific scene in mind. But I'm going from memory on what that scene looked like months ago. So I've arrived in plenty of time. I'm going to go and check that location out. If it looks like it's going to work, I've got some time to kill. If it doesn't look like it's going to work, well, then I've got time to find something else. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. So I'm back up on the coastal path. I was up here last 3 videos ago, something like that. But then I came early in the morning for a sunrise or pre-sunrise and sunrise shoot, and I stayed up high with a high vantage point across the coastal scene. Today I've come here in the afternoon. I'm going to hang around until sunset or thereabouts. We've got clear blue skies, and that's why I've chosen the composition that I think I'm going to be shooting. The idea is to get down much closer to the water than I was last time I was here. Now, clear blue skies means I'm not going to want a lot of sky in the image, so that's a factor. And I'm going from memory. The last time I was in the specific area that I'm planning to shoot was quite some time ago, and it may be that when I get there my memory isn't quite what it was, or maybe with the conditions we've got it's not going to work. But I've got an hour and 3/4 until sunset. The image that I've got in mind would probably need to be shot slightly before. So I'm going to go and check out that particular location, see if I think it's going to work. If it looks good, then I've got a bit of time to kill. I might have a little wander around and see what else I can find. And if it doesn't look like it's going to work, then I've got a little bit of time, hopefully, to find an alternative composition or compositions. So it's time to head along the path and see what I can find further down, and hopefully I can remember where the path is that leads me down closer to the water. Let's get going. Okay, so my original thought was to go the other side of this rocky area behind me here, but it's higher than I remembered it being, and I'm just not really feeling the view coming through. The idea was, oh, nice waves coming in there. The idea was to shoot kind of along the coastline here and have this headland here illuminated. But I don't think that's going to work. I can't seem to find a way to balance the scene. So I've come this side, and I'm wondering if there's a composition over here. If I can find the right space and stay safe, because we're getting occasional big waves coming in. Well, big-ish. Big enough to knock me flying if I happen to be in the wrong place. Okay, I found a scene that I think might look kind of interesting. I hope. So what I've got, I've sort of come up onto this rocky area up here, which is a bit tucked out of the way. There's kind of a little, almost a cave here. There's a rock sitting over the top of the water, and then the rock wall goes up. And I've shot it now because the sun is just going behind the rock wall. So I've done one shot, focused on infinity, f22. I want to see if I can get a sun star out on that wall. And that's obviously exposed for the highlights, so no blown highlights. Then I've done another shot, also focused on infinity, exposed for the midtones. And now what I'm doing is focusing in on the foreground where the waves are coming in up under the rock into this little cave thing, and trying to capture the waves as they're kind of crashing up here. It's going to be a fast exposure. Okay, so I've got my shot of the sun going behind the rocks, got my midtones sorted out. Now what I've done is I've put in a 6-stop ND filter. Just bump the ISO up a stop to 125, and I'm shooting 1-second exposures as the waves are coming in to this sort of rock area down here. Just trying to get some nice wave patterns in there. I don't know if this is going to work, but it's a bit of fun to try anyway. She's still getting a bit of lens flare, so I'm going to shield the lens area to try and avoid getting flare in the area that I'm shooting at the moment. Okay, whew. That was a bit of fun that may or may not produce a result. We are about 40 minutes still until actual sunset, so definitely time to be thinking about finding a composition. Okay, I've got a scene set up here, and again I'm shooting it well before sunset to keep light on the foreground. We've got a load of big rocks down in front of me, and they've got light on from the sun, which is over that way, and then that continues around, and then there's light on the headland out there as well. So what I've got is rocks coming in from the bottom right of the frame, curves around, the headland's over on the top left of the frame. Minimal amount of sky, but I've got to have some in there, it doesn't work otherwise. I'm shooting f11 and 1/6 of a second because I'm shooting at f11 and 6 seconds because I've actually got a 6-stop ND filter in, just because I think the sea looks better with some blur in it. What I may actually choose to do is try and get another shot of the waves breaking with maybe a 1/2 a second, so perhaps bump the ISO up and sort of blend those in together. I'll see. Got wet with that one. I'll have to clean the filter now. Okay, I'm going to just do a few shots at 1/4 of a second, taking the 6-stop ND filter out and drop the ISO down to the low 1 setting. I'm just going to try and get a little bit of texture in some waves, just in case I want to blend those in. Of course, as soon as I do that, all the waves stop. Oh, focus on me, please. Thank you. Yeah, f16 and a half a second. Excuse me. Just try and get some texture in some of the waves breaking, in case I want to blend them in. Just thinking it might be fun to blend in to like 1/2 second exposure on the waves actually breaking with the 6 second exposure of the sea a bit further out. Okay, we're on the lead up to sunset now. About 10 minutes, but we might lose the sun a little bit earlier. I've got a composition set up. What I'm using is this little rocky gully here in the foreground. That comes in from the lower right centre, curves out, and then we've got some sea, we've got the little cave thing off to the right, the rocky wall comes out, and then the top left hand corner is sky. Shot quickly. The top left hand corner is sky with the sun going down kind of in the top left hand third. And what I'm hoping to do, I'm going to take a few shots focused on the foreground of waves coming into that channel, and then as we get to the critical point where the sun is dipping below the horizon, I'm going to get a shot of the sun going down, and hopefully it might look nice. Hopefully. Sun's just dipping down over there, so I'm going to do a shot focused right on infinity just to make sure that that sun looks as nice as it possibly can. Don't think it will sunstar. Looks really pretty actually from here, despite the mostly blue sky. Okay, the sun's gone down, and with so little cloud around, I don't think it's worth hanging around to see if there's anything else happening. I've got a bit of work to do when I get home. I've taken quite a few shots of the waves coming up here, maybe 15 or 20 different shots. I'm going to have to work out which one or ones is going to give me the best effect to the foreground to go along with quite a nice sunset scene actually. I'm hoping this is going to look quite nice, but I could be wrong, I have been before. Anyway, you'll have already seen it by now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider giving it a like, sharing it on social media. Don't forget about leaving me a comment, I do love to hear from you. And of course, if you're new here and you've enjoyed it, don't forget about hitting subscribe before you go. That's it, I've got to clamber up this rocky slope behind me to find my way out. So I'm going to do that now. And I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, bye.